Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth at both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaydev joins us today. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to everyone.
Today, the kind of news we heard, of course, all of us were pretty down about that. But let me tell you something. Before we start the news, I'd just like to make a brief, sort of commentary on what's happening in India. Friends, when Nirbhaya was brutally raped and her uterus was taken out with a rod and thrown out, the juvenile, who was the most brutal of the gang rapists, was the one who did it, along with the gang of rapists. And he was allowed to let go. He was put in a remand home because he was a child, a minor. And he was also given a sewing machine for a livelihood by the Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal. All the evil forces stood with the most brutal of rapists who knew what sex was, but yet was considered a child, a minor in their eyes. Many of them who stood with them were sisters and brothers, of who are standing with a child of 26 years who is projected as 23 years, Aryan Khan. A child who had confessed to taking drugs for the last 4 years, even while abroad. The chats between Ananya Pandey and Aryan Khan, young children protected by their parents, who are escorted by their parents to places like jails and the Narcotics Bureau, but not to rave parties or nightclubs or bars, were discussing about procuring drugs. And Ananya Pandey had clearly stated she was dealing with drugs and this was her business now. Aryan Khan had asked her for drugs and she said she would supply them, and he says it should be done secretly. All this are from WhatsApp chats shown in the mainstream media. Now, so these innocent kids, Aryan and Arbaz, came to the cruise as invitees to enjoy the sun and the sea, not some cocaine and some sex. Strange that Aryan's best friend is the sexy Munmun Dhamecha, okay, Dhamaka or Dhamecha, I'm not sure, okay, who is 39 years old. She too would have shaved off a few years like Aryan did to appear like a child in the front of a battery of lawyers who came to protect him and his friends. According to the friendly media and the PR, Aryan only had biscuits as he hated jail food and also survived on bottled food that was sent to him by his mother, Gauri Khan. And he followed all the routes and read books on science. Maybe because he was a child, his mother also did a vrat for him. She stopped having sugar. And they also decided once he's back home, they would ground the child from parties and outings. But the child never had to follow the rules, as in most jailmates have their hair cropped. Nothing happened to this guy. And also, this child's certain video of having anal sex with the granddaughter of a veteran actor had emerged, say, around 4 years back. So he would have been, according to Bollywood, around 19 years then. And it looked like he was looking at the camera during the act. So was he taping the video? This too was quickly whitewashed and dismissed as a morphed video. So be it. The superstar who thought he owned the earth and paradise too should remember that just like his son's age, which is 26 years, the boy had to spend 26 days in custody. An immense feat done by none other than the one and only superhero, Samir Wankre, who was someone's child but was not born with a silver spoon to get a battery of the most expensive lawyers who would fight from criminals like Paramveer and children like Aryan, Arbaz, and Munmun Dhamecha. To get them bail, every lawyer built a strategy to get the judge's favor. We know, friends, it was simpler than that, but we can't mention it here. In a similar case, Rahul Mahajan, son of the last big leader, Pramod Mahajan, was also arrested under the same sections in which Aryan Khan was arrested by NCB. That is, under 25, 26, and 27 of the NDPS Act. Rahul Mahajan also went to jail for 6 months. But then you would not even know which officer had arrested him. What was the religion of that officer's father? What was the religion of that officer's wife? Or where was that officer's sister roaming around? At that time, no leader put any allegations or pressure on the NCB officer. Sanjay Dutt was also in jail for 7 months in the drugs case. No journalist in India would know which officer had arrested Sanjay Dutt and what was the religion of his father and what was the birth certificate of that officer. Arman Kohli is in jail in NCB custody for the last 8 months. But no noise, no allegations, no threat to kill any NCB officer. Neither the family of any NCB officer was tortured. But when Aryan Khan was arrested, then the entire Maharashtra government, the Mahavikas Aghadi, and especially NCP, Nawab Malik, has come to the real character of his religion. That is, directly attacking the women of Samir Wankade's family. The family members of a patriotic officer, Samir Wankade, getting death threats, being stalked by Bollywood's bigwigs. Aryan Khan was implicated by the NCB because of his religion, Nawab Malik alleged. When NCB arrested Sanjay Dutt, Rahul Mahajan, Arman Kohli, and many others in the drug case, no one alleged that NCB caught them because of their religion. When they became weak, then these patriots attacked the women of the officer's house. That's what they say. And this is what Nawab Malik thinks, that he's on the side of the right. But we all know why he was wreaking revenge on Samir Wankade. Because his son-in-law was caught for drugs. And apparently the daughter is also involved in it. And apparently there were NCP children in the cruise ship that was going to have a rave party. Every day in jail proved to be this to this superstar that he could not buy the Almighty, who has his own ways. So instead, he bought PR, politicians like Nawab Malik and his brigade, and media to build a story to malign the superhero. This was in connivance with these rich lawyers. So everyone from his actress wife to his lawyer sister and retired father and deceased mother were dragged in, and a dose of religion also put in. When the public did not concede to this drama, they brought in false witnesses, brainwashed them into adding cooked up stories to malign him and distance him from his son. Such was the fear that Shah Rukh Khan and his Bollywood fraternity had of Samir Wankade. Today, my friends, dear viewers, we are going through good and bad times. Today, I must confess, is the darkest day in the history of the Indian judiciary, is all I can say. Bombay High Court granted bail to Aryan Khan and others. The pressure created by the Mahavikas Aghadi, Dawood, Bollywood worked. Narco-terrorists won today. But we all know they will not win every day. We will continue to fight this evil. Now, the Mumbai police, who takes orders from the most corrupt state government, says 3-day notice will be given to Samir Wankade before arrest. And thus, says a police force that could not even prevent their ex-boss from absconding. Thus, says the Mumbai police, that destroyed all the evidence that would have proved SSR was killed by the same cabal. Thus says the same police that can produce fake witnesses, like a magician produces bunny rabbits from a hat. People have lost faith in the system. But what happened to the leaders at the center? How did they fail to protect such a brave officer? My question is to Modi ji. When a small state government can work like the tentacles of a scorpion, surely, Modi ji, you have more power as a prime minister to act on these anti-social elements. So what message is going to the people like Samir Wankhede? Don't work honestly? Or as a patriot, we cannot protect you or your family? Look at the way the dynasty in Maharashtra is protecting a penguin. His past has become history. Neither he nor the Star Kids can be touched. That is the clear message. That is why Ananya did not heed summons, because a confession would have helped jail Aryan Khan. On the other end, Gosavi was taken in with a black hood and cuffs, like Samit Thakur. Did they do that to the shampooed son of the superstar or his friends? No. Why? NCP was too decent for that. And then, of course, once he was in the Mumbai jail, nobody would. Nawab Malik succeeded in one thing. He diverted Samir Wankhede from the Aryan case. My message to the center is, take back your army from the borders. If officers are not allowed to clean India internally, what's the use of cleaning it externally? Like the cartoon that we see, the baby boss world, it's these evil rich kids that are running the drug racket, the sex racket, the hawala, with the active support of their sugar daddies and mommies. If the dubious actors who went to Dubai recently for the cricket match, they did not go there to watch the match. They most probably went there to help cover the drug trade that Wankhede had almost reached and exposed. Surely there was a mole in NCB, as Nawab Malik said, who betrayed his colleague. Surely the center under Namo has something to explain to the people who vote for him or any other leader to power. Let us hang our heads in shame for the corrupt and the people who protect the corrupt, the lawyers, the media, the PR, the bullyweed, and the king of all, the underworld. This is India, my friends. If this is Kali Yuga, we the people will fight the system that is being run by the underworld as of now. Back to the news, friends. Jaydev, you can tell us the next piece of news. Sorry, friends, I had to get that off my chest, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way that I feel. Back to you, Jay.
Yeah, so I would like to add my comments. Now that Aryan Khan got bail, does Shah Rukh Khan have the guts to come out in public, call all the media, have a press conference, and say that Samir Wankhede was wrong? Does he have the guts to come in public? That's a question I have for Shah Rukh Khan. Or is he afraid of the public opinion now? So coming to news, today, unfortunately, Aryan Khan, he got bail after 3 weeks in jail. The son of Shah Rukh Khan, who has been in custody since October 3rd, finally got bail today by the Bombay High Court. And he has been in custody since October 3rd. Now, his lawyers had repeatedly pointed out that no drugs had been found on him. The NCB, however, argued that he was part of a conspiracy and that his WhatsApp chats revealed his involvement in illicit drug dealings. Aryan Khan's friend Arbaz Merchant and model Munmun Damecha were also granted bail. Aryan Khan's arrest and denial of bail had sparked a debate over whether it was justified, given there was no evidence of consumption or recovery of drugs in this case. Scores of fans, I don't know if these are fans really, gathered outside Manat, which is Shah Rukh Khan's house, for days to show their support. In the film industry, many like Salman Khan, Farah Khan, Hrithik Roshan showed their solidarity with SRK. And Mr. Rohatgi said his arrest was a direct infringement of his constitutional guarantees and that he was never given any reason for his custody. He also told the court that the case against him was built entirely on a 2-year-old WhatsApp chats that was irrelevant and had nothing to do with the cruise. These are young boys, they can be sent to rehab and they need not undergo trial. It had come in some newspaper that the social ministry was mentioning about reform. If you possess and consume a small quantity and are willing to go to rehab, you are not liable for prosecution. This is what Mr. Rohadgi said in the court. The special anti drugs court that denied him bail last week said he knew about Charas hidden in his friend Arbaz merchant's shoe. Now, Mr. Rohadgi questioned the court's view, calling it far fetched. I have no control over what is found in Arbaz's shoe. There's no question of conscious possession. Arbaz is not my servant, he is not in my control. Today, the anti drugs agency asserted that Aryan Khan is a regular consumer of drugs, and his WhatsApp chat points at procuring of hard drugs in commercial quantity. It also said that the bail in such cases is an exception, not a rule, as the Supreme Court called drug offences worse than culpable homicide. Accused number one, who is Aryan Khan, is not a first time consumer, the anti drugs agency said on day 3 of the arguments. He is a regular consumer since the last few years and he has been procuring drugs. There's a reference of procuring drugs in a commercial quantity and the drugs are hard drugs. He had been in contact with peddlers. When the judge asked on what basis the agency had found him dealing in a commercial quantity, the NCB referred to his WhatsApp chats. WhatsApp chat, I'm relying on. So it's like they are finally given bail to, all the 3 people today.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a very sad day for us, friends, as we've seen that these rich brats can do anything and get away with murder. This happened in the case of Janvi Kukreja, where a rich brat had a party in his house and he's not accountable for what happened to Janvi Kukreja. The 48 wounds in the girl's body, he's not responsible for it, in spite of the fact that he was a host at the party where drugs was distributed to people. And where do these drugs come from? From these rich brats who are peddling them. And with the thing of the agreement of the parents. This is what we have taught through today's judgment, that please go ahead and deal with drugs, absolutely no problem. Have as many drugs as you want, destroy the society. We have no problem. We have the money to rescue you each and every time. Here, one thing I'd like to tell you, friends, is that I admire Sanjay Dutt's father, Sunil Dutt, who actually said that he should go to rehab if he wants to change. Now, whether Sanjay Dutt has changed or not, I'm not commenting about that. But the fact is that that was a responsible father. What is the message that Shah Rukh Khan is giving? Not only to his son, but all the star kids dealing with drugs, whether it's Ananya Pandey, whether it's Rakul Preet, Sara Ali Khan, Deepika Padukone, Bharati. What is the message Shah Rukh you're giving as the superstar? Don't worry, we'll get you out. We'll get the best lawyers. Pour money like water and get these people out. This is what is destroying our country, friends. These are the kind of people, the kind of evil that we have within the system that we have to get rid of, and which is very difficult. Yet, the public remains one, as one hand to fight it. Let us continue to do that. Meanwhile, the officers who used to terrorize people like Arnab. The next news is about the man who is hiding behind someone's skirts, Paramveer Singh. In the extortion case, Mumbai police moves court seeking non-bailable warrant against Paramveer Singh. The Mumbai Police Crime Branch has filed an application in a sessions court for the issuance of a non-bailable warrant against a former police commissioner, Paramveer Singh. The Mumbai Police Crime Branch has filed this application in a sessions court for the issuance of a non-bailable warrant against him. The court will hear the application on October 29th. The crime branch is probing the allegations of extortion against Paramveer Singh. On October 9th, the Mumbai police issued a summons for him to appear before the police in the case. The police even went to his Malabar Hill house but could not find him there. Now we're talking about the Mumbai police, and I'm not surprised. The fresh notice was filed after reports suggested that Paramveer Singh, who is now facing at least 5 criminal cases in the state, has fled the country. The case against Paramveer Singh was registered at Goregaon police station on the complaint of a builder-cum hotelier, Bimal Agarwal. Agarwal had alleged that Paramveer Singh extorted rupees 9 lakhs from him for not conducting a raid on 2 bars and restaurants which he ran in partnership, and also forced him to buy 2 smartphones worth around 2.92 lakhs for them. The complaint alleged that the incident occurred between January 2020 and March 2021. Besides Paramveer Singh, dismissed police officers Sachin Waze, Sumit Singh alias Chintu, Alpesh Patel, Vinay Singh alias Bablu, and gangster Chota Shakil's henchman Riaz Bhatti are named as accused in the FIR. Paramveer Singh was shunted out as Mumbai police chief and transferred to the Home Guard after Sachin Waze's arrest in the case of an SUV with explosives found near industrialist Mukesh Ambani's residence in South Mumbai. Paramveer Singh later accused then State Home Minister Anil Deshmukh of asking Sachin Waze to collect his 100 crores from hotels and bars in Mumbai every month, a charge which Deshmukh denied. Now here, friends, before I pass it on to Jaydev, see, one thing I'd like to tell all of you is that just like this battery of rich lawyers who connived, and strategized to get Shah Rukh Khan's son out, the same thing would have happened in Mahavikas Aghadi between Paramveer Singh and Deshmukh and Waze. So this would have been the plan. Now I'll do this to you, you do that, and you disappear. This is how it's all happening. Everybody is protecting the other's backside, And that's how Maharashtra is being run. What a sorry state of affairs. Yeah, back to you, Jay.
Yeah, see, now Samir Wankade, I hope, like he won't get arrested, and, the targeting will stop, and he will get some sort of support from BJP, So, meanwhile, the Bombay High Court on Thursday disposed of NCB Zonal Director Samir Wankade's petition seeking interim protection from arrest, and said that 3 days' notice will be given to him by the Mumbai police. NCB officer Samir Wankade on Thursday filed a petition in Bombay High Court seeking relief against the probe and claimed that he was being personally attacked by the Maharashtra government. I am being personally attacked by the state. My apprehension is that the state will arrest me any day. I want interim protection in the form of no coercive relief. This is what Wankade told the Bombay High Court. Wankade also demanded that the probe be transferred to the CBI or any central agency in the matter. I am not a drug peddler, I am a zonal director. Given the probe to CBI or NIA, but stop the vilification. The section specifically requires protection of a central government officer. The law requires the court to step in and protect me if any rights are likely to be violated. This is what Wankade said. Samir Wankade is in the eye of a political storm following allegations of extortion in the high-profile cruise drugs case in which actor Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, was arrested. The officer is facing the departmental vigilance probe. So let's hope for the best for Samir Wankade at this time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Satish Manishinde spoke to media as Aryan Khan was allowed bail. In an exclusive conversation with the Republic TV following the allowance of bail, advocate Satish Manishinde, who had appeared for Aryan Khan initially in the NCB drug case, confirmed that only after the detailed bail order will the 3 accused be released. Further, he reiterated that nothing illegal was acquired from Aryan Khan and that he was not in possession of any illegal drug. He stated that the Bombay High Court believed the argument and granted bail to the son of Shah Rukh Khan and 2 others. Also, Manishinde stated that Aryan Khan and co-accused will be imprisoned for the night and be released only after the court's order is passed. On the other hand, as Aryan Khan was allowed bail, the NCB said that it would peruse court order to decide whether the anti-drug agency seeks to oppose it before the apex court and its legal process upon consultation with their in-house legal department. Back to you.
Yeah, meanwhile, Kiran Gosavi, who was the NCB witness in Aryan Khan case, he has Pune police has detained Kiran Gosavi, and it's like it happened on Thursday, and he was a witness in the NCB case involving Aryan Khan's case. So now they have arrested Kiran Gosavi in connection with a 2018 cheating case. Amitabh Gupta, Pune Police Commissioner, denied reports that Gosavi had surrendered. He added that the Mumbai police or any other agency were yet to seek Gosavi's custody. They can approach the court if they want. He rejected any political link to the arrest in the case lodged 4 years back when asked whether it has anything to do with the tussle between the state government and center. There's no politics involved in this matter. Investigators said Gosavi was on the run and introduced himself as Sachin Patel during his stay in Lucknow, Jabalpur, Hyderabad, and Fatehpur. Gosavi was projecting himself as a member of the Stop Crime NGO and SIPCA detective agency. He also claimed to run an export-import business, said Gupta. We were searching for him based on his social media photos. The Pune police filed a charge sheet in May 2019 in the cheating case. Police earlier arrested Gosavi's assistant Sherbano Qureshi in the cheating case. One Chinmaya Deshmukh filed a case against Gosavi accusing him of cheating him of rupees 3.09 lakhs under the pretext of getting him a job in Malaysia. Qureshi allegedly received the money in her account. A lookout circular was earlier issued to prevent Gosavi from leaving the country. Gosavi reportedly claimed on some news channels that he would surrender to the police. Earlier on Monday, the Pune police formed at least 2 teams to trace Gosavi. So, this is quite unfortunate.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sherlin Chopra accuses Shilpa Shetty Rajkundra of underworld threat, seeks rupees 75 crores for harassment. Replying to the defamation notice, she stated that the suit is being used as a weapon to stifle the pursuit of justice. She further stated that they were threatening her with using the underworld. Actress model Sherlin Chopra has reacted to Bollywood actress Shilpa Shetty and her husband businessman Raj Kundra, who was caught in the porn case and who filed a defamation suit of rupees 50 crores against her. Replying to the defamation notice, Sherlin shared that she sent a notice to the couple seeking 75 crores for mental harassment. Replying to the defamation notice, she also said that the suit is being used as a weapon to stifle the pursuit of justice. She further stated that they had threatened her using saying that underworld could do something to her. Raj Kundra and Shilpa Shetty threatened me with the underworld and now sent defamation notice, but I'll not get scared. I request police to record my statement so that cognizance can be taken of my complaint. I've sent a reply notice asking for rupees 75 crores for mental harassment, says Sherlin Chopra. For the unversed, Sherlin Chopra had lodged a police complaint at the Juhu police station on October 14th. Earlier, an apology and rupees 50 crores in damages for ruining their reputation by making false and baseless allegations against them. The legal notice sent through their advocate, Prashant Patil, has sought an unconditional public apology from Chopra in leading newspapers and on digital media platforms within 7 days, failing which it warned of civil and criminal proceedings against the 37-year-old actor. Failing which my clients shall institute appropriate civil and criminal proceedings against you, Sherlin Chopra. Without further reference to you, the notice said the entire allegations made by Sherlin Chopra against Raj Kundra and Shilpa Shetty are concocted, fake, frivolous, false, baseless, without any evidence, even to Sherlin Chopra's knowledge, and have been made with an ulterior motive to defame and extort money. It said both Raj Kundra and Sherlin Chopra accused in a pornographic content case. In the first week of October, Sherlin had filed a complaint at the Juhu police station in Mumbai against Shilpa and Raj Kundra, accusing the couple of committing fraud against her. In the complaint, she also leveled allegations of harassment, cheating, and criminal intimidation. Now, Prince, I'd also like to tell you, Aryan Khan is supposed to report, at the NCB office every Friday, just like Riya Chakravarti and her brother. So he's only out on bail. He has not been cleared in the case. So he's not free. So let not the SRK brigade rejoice. He still has to be cleared. Now, what are the possibilities of him making another passport and flying out of the country? It will be 90%. They have all the vasta. They will do it. Suddenly, you will see that this child will disappear from the scene and continue what he is doing on a larger scale from outside. This is what I predict. Friends, the lines are open. In case you'd like to join us to give us your opinion or your viewpoints, please do. I'll also take your comments. Yeah. Okay. Karthik, if this continues, I'm really doubtful about Modi ji becoming PM again. This is something that has upset all of us.
Yes.
Because as a Prime Minister, it was his duty to protect a righteous officer like Samir Wankre and set an example. In fact, he should be given the highest honor that India can give him. And it is very upsetting that the center has betrayed us on this. And I hope the people who are listening to this channel will get the message straightforward from all of us. Thank you, Karthik, for that. Now, let me add Shilpa. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Welcome, Shilpa.
Good evening, Jaidev.
Good evening, Shilpa.
Welcome.
Yeah, ma'am, I just want to know, see, NCB comes under central, right?
Yeah.
So why can't
So it's
Amit
not
Shah?
like exactly, it's not exactly center. They are supposed to be free federal agencies, okay, who work independently, okay. But yes, they do come under the center, as in they are all, sort of selected by not only Narendra Modi ji, but also the opposition and judges. So that's how it works. They're supposed to be independent agencies that work on their own. So they're not exactly under the center.
Okay, but they are not even in state, right?
Not state, yeah, not at all.
Yeah, okay. But ma'am, actually, this is this the lesson they are going to teach to the youth, young generation, that drugs are free?
Yeah.
This is really wrong.
Yes.
This
a very
is
wrong message.
money
Yeah.
to the youth, especially now when there are some innocent children who don't even know about taking drugs, and if they are taken anywhere to the party, like how Janvi Kukreja, she was a really innocent.
Yes, that is an
child.
example of the side effects
So
of what these people are doing and what will continue to happen.
Yeah. No, so doesn't the constitution and judiciary system know such things? Like they are, easily giving bail.
Yeah.
And getting bribed. Madam, today they have given bail. I am 100% sure that they are bribed. Okay.
Yeah. We cannot speak about judiciary because that would be contempt of court. Hence, we cannot speak anything about that.
Okay, fine. But ma'am, this is this is really wrong. Innocent people are put behind bars, and people who have money and fame, they are left out.
You can speak about the lawyers who came in a battery, and all of them very, very expensive lawyers who connived.
And madam, when he has confessed, Aryan and Arbaz, they themselves has confessed. Then how can this High Court, doesn't consider that? Why they?
And one of the lawyers even said that he had so many grams, and suddenly today they say that he didn't even have anything in his hand. What sort of contradictions? Amazing, these people. And constantly talking about the child, a 26-year-old man, a child. His friend is also 26 years old, and the woman is 39 or 40 years old, and she is his best friend. What is all this? Yeah. Welcome, Anandi. Come.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, Jaidev sir.
Welcome.
Both are doing good.
Yes.
I think if I just have to remember what Deepti ma'am said in the last when she was reading the diary, that we should not be disappointed even if
Yeah, exactly.
the situation. I mean, my only concern has always been this, ma'am, that if not today, 6 months down the lane, he would have anyway gotten the bail.
Yes.
There is no way that he was going to be kept longer than,
Yes.
especially when they constantly kept saying that there have been no proof of him having acquired any drugs or he
Yes.
kind of possessing any drugs, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, ma'am, this is a very stupid question, maybe because I do not know much about the law, but I have always wondered how can decisions from the court keep changing. For instance, when you appeal in a lower court, when the bail has been rejected, and once it goes to the Supreme Court, it gets granted. So I've always had this question, and I've never really had a proper answer, even from some of my lawyer friends. So if you could probably give me some insight into
I'm
this, I'd be
equally puzzled as much as you, Anandi, in this case, because I just don't know how it works. And not only that, see, you remember when the NCB of lawyer was speaking today, Mukul Rahatgi was continuously interrupting him. Everything seems to be in the favor of these lawyers, and there's only one lawyer for our NCB, and who has to struggle because actually Samir Wankade was supposed to be present today. Look at the way he has been diverted to protect himself, so that he was the only obstacle that Shah Rukh Khan, Nawab Malik, and all the others were, having. They removed him, and
Ma'am, but the question is when it's so obvious
so many
to us as
things,
common
like
public.
this, Anandi, can be, are questions that all of us are asking now. Yes.
Ma'am, the only question is when common people like us, without even being in the court, are able to see. I'm only wondering how the judges or whoever's in that position is able to make such a wrong decision. And I don't even know how they will face
See,
their
now we
family.
can't criticize anything about the judge, but one thing
Yeah.
I can tell you, Anandi, is that when the lawyers, approach a certain court, they know everybody. They have very good connections. Mukul Rohatgi or Harish Salve or all these people, this Manish Shinde or what, they all have their contacts. They know who are the people, and they know who to hit, So these are things, but we cannot talk about it because it will be contempt of court. Hence, we cannot say it. But we can talk about everything that goes around it. And today, it has been a black day in the judicial system. They have betrayed us. They have betrayed us because we know that it was not by chance that Aryan and Arbaz and Munmun came into that cruise ship. They did not come to enjoy the sun and the sea. No. They all came very well armed for a rave party with drugs. And it was going to be drugs for distribution. Right? But one mistake perhaps that NCB would have done, this is now something I'm thinking about, is that they should have taken some doctors on board. And the test should have been conducted immediately, and they should have allowed the party to start. Right? Once a party had started, when it was in full flow, that is the time they should have struck. And that is the time when they should have done the test and everything should have been videographed. Okay? Why did an intelligent man like Samir Wankade not do that? Now, I'll tell you why he wouldn't have done that. First of all, because he's a one-man army. Okay? Somehow he's trying to get people together. They have hardly few people who they can trust. Now, he somehow got these people together. And out of that, people started betraying him. Okay? And that is why it did not go as well planned as it should have. Yeah.
Madam, if this kind of judiciary, if this kind of verdict this judiciary people, judges give, how can one trust?
Yeah.
How can we trust, ma'am? Yeah. Because see, even in international countries, it's a big crime of consuming drugs, and not only apart from peddling and supplying, consuming drug also is a penalty to death.
Yeah.
Whereas India is a cultured country, and these people are just I don't know. I don't have particularly words. I don't.
See, all of you see today. You have Shilpa, Anandi, Sue, Priya. All of you are with us. I know you are all agitated. I know all the viewers who are watching are agitated because we are all honest people fighting for an honest country and a good environment for our children and our grandchildren. And this has been betrayed by the judiciary today. The judiciary has indirectly, without saying anything, said that having drugs is okay. Okay? But it's, see, when you're having drugs, it's not about only having drugs. It's when you start peddling drugs that our children get affected. And who are our children? We are the middle class who form the larger part of society. And we don't want our children to suffer. But you are forcing this to happen to us. And we cannot tolerate it. We will continue to fight it. That's our message. Yes,
Very good
Sue?
spirit, ma'am.
Yeah. Sue, can you join us? Sue,
Yes, ma'am.
officer?
Good evening.
Yes, yes.
Good evening, Meena, ma'am.
Good
Good
evening,
evening, Jay,
yeah.
and good evening, everyone on the panel and the viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little disheartening, but it was sort of expected.
Yes.
So I was 50-50. I was hoping against hope that it would come, like, for some more time he'd be in jail.
Yeah.
But on the other side, the mind also tells you that look where it is happening.
Yeah.
So taking all that into consideration, it was sort of expected, I would say.
Yes.
But yes, we should not get demoralized, is what I was giving in the chats also. We should fight, because a fighter never quits.
Yes.
And a quitter never wins.
Yes.
So we should not quit. We should not stop fighting. And we should not be so down and out that, oh, this is like a small battle. We have to win the war.
Yes.
So, we should not let it go. And we should give that morale and boost to Samir to go ahead and keep doing more.
Yes. Yes.
Just don't stop. This was nothing. This was like a needle in the haystack. We have to go and get the entire haystack.
Yes.
So, we should just, see his family also is trying to protect their sanctity and image and whatnot they have done and splashed, it's very sad. I feel sad that such people are in the government. So, you cannot malign women like that.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily. I mean, would they like if their women were maligned like that, is my question. They are also holding public offices. They are also doing some function. Or tomorrow, if anyone goes out to work, you don't attack that person on the family front. Okay? Yeah. What they do, what the work they do, is it good, wrong? If he's doing for the good, then why are you attacking him, is my question. If he's doing wrong and you attack him, yes, you have full rights to.
Yes, Sue, one point is that his wife is not one who will be cowed down. Okay? She is made of iron. And you see the way she gives people. This is the kind of wife any patriot like Samir would have wanted. And not only his wife, his sister, a lawyer, the kind of guts she has, and the father. We respect all of them. So they have a brother, a son, or husband, who we all admire. And if he does not give up, why should we give up? He's still there fighting out. So we should not give up. Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. That shows excellent upbringing. So we should, if we want a good society, we need to, all gather together and, give it the best.
Yes. Yes, Anandi?
No, I just was wondering, with respect to the question I wanted to ask you related to the Aryan Khan when he was arrested, ma'am. And also I noticed that he was not tested for having consumed any drugs as well, right? I mean, those tests should have been conducted, which probably they didn't.
Anandi, if my, what we watched is right, you remember when he was brought back from the cruise, the first thing they had to do was go for a test. All of them. They were taken for a test. But I don't know what these people are hiding and what these people are revealing. See, because we are not physically there, we don't know. We are just relying on mainstream videos. Yeah. So
but then, ma'am, why are they saying that there is no test conducted?
Yeah, that's
see,
actually, Shilpa, there are a lot of lies that are being given. Okay, first of all, the biggest lie here I would like to clear to everybody is this child is not 23 years old. He's 26 years old. Okay?
Oh
so that is something they've been pushing, the lawyers. Look at the lawyers. What sort of vultures they are. Can't bear it when you look at their faces, it reminds me of the dregs of society. Yes, Priya, would you like to join us?
Yes, hi Meena ma'am. Hello Jaydev sir.
Priya. Welcome.
Hi, ma'am. This is the first time actually I'm joining on your channel.
Welcome.
I always hear you. So, ma'am, as as everybody, even I'm quite agitated and very upset as to what's happened.
Yeah.
And I mean, I knew somewhere that it's going to happen because he's not
Yeah.
going to be there, for eons in the jail. He's going to come out someday. But somewhere you don't want it to happen,
Yeah.
but then it just
Hope
happened.
against hope. Yeah.
Yeah. So, ma'am, what I wanted to talk is that, like I talk to people of my age, okay, and
Yeah.
explain them about how this Bollywood is affecting us in terms of, many things. But the only response that I get from people I know is like, if we are getting influenced by what Bollywood is doing, then you cannot blame them. So, like for example, one of my friend told me that, so okay, so if a particular actor, if she's wearing a a bikini and roaming on the road, and if you are
Yeah.
going to do the same thing, then you can't blame the actress. It's your fault because it's you who are getting influenced. So why are you targeting an entire Bollywood for it? So yeah, I mean, I kind of had an argument and tried to place forth my points also, but then there are some who really don't want to even believe the fact that some way it is affecting us. Because ma'am, see, middle class people, it affects middle class people also, not that it does not, but this mostly affects people who belong to a lower society, because when they see so much of glamour, money, parties, things around them, they try to make these Bollywood people as an idol, and then they try to be like them.
Yeah.
So when you are a person who is influential, then you should behave in such a in a particular way
Responsible.
that
Yeah.
yes, so that you influence in a positive way, not like this. But then there are some people who I've like given up explaining, and I don't know what to tell them, because they just tell me that it's your problem if you are getting influenced by it. You can't blame them.
Yeah. See, here, one thing I'd like to tell you, Priya, is that, see, most of these people are fence sitters. They will only speak like this because, if you enter the fight, you have to come with fighting gear, okay, which is difficult for them, okay. So the easy way is listen to the songs, dance, okay, and talk about Shah Rukh Khan and his girlfriends, okay. But the difficult part is opposing these people and trying to find out the truth, because after SSR died, he was the one who revealed everything, and everything is coming open. Priya, many people did not know about what was happening in Bollywood till this time. Okay, so that's very important. Is that see, we have realized it, and today all of you sitting here, at least now around 350 people are watching. All of you are with me. You're not with Shah Rukh Khan, or you would have been celebrating at Mannat, right?
Right.
So all of you are agitated, and all of you are upset because the whole system is reeking of corruption, and the center has not done anything to soothe our feelings or put a balm to us, because
Just one thing I want to say here,
something
ma'am.
very, very
Sorry to
wrong with all these politicians. Yes.
So
Yes.
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Just that, I feel that now at least the public is being so pro towards anything that is towards cleaning up the society. I don't know why the central government is playing or moving their coins so clear or so slowly or strategically, because when the whole of public is raising their voice and kind of okay with anything that they have to do to clean the system, I wonder why they have to fear or make those calculative moves. This is just beyond my understanding.
One thing I'll tell you here, Anandi, just a simple thing. See, these are three parties together. Okay, you're talking about the Congress, the NCP, and the Shiv Sena. Now, all three of them have no values. Okay, their rules are their own rules. Okay, they don't fear anybody. Today, look at the way Gosavi, had a hood put on his head and chains in his hand. Now, why didn't they do that to Aryan Khan or to Arbaz Merchant or to Munmun Devecha? They didn't do that, right? Why? Because they're superstars child. And what did this Gosavi do? Some years back, he did something, and you put him in chains just because suddenly you want to frame Samir Wankade? And you bring out witnesses from everywhere. Even the boy who spoke about going to Malaysia, he didn't even know his script. He was looking at someone. Please tell me the script, or I'll fall into
Same thing they did with Arnab Goswami last year with the Anvay Nayak case.
Okay,
right?
so let me just give Sandhya. Please come in, Sandhya. Sorry, we
Yeah,
had to wait.
hello ma'am. Good
Yeah.
evening.
Welcome.
Good evening everyone. Good evening Jaidev sir.
Good evening.
I think this is I am becoming a regular feature as a part of the
Thank
shows.
you.
But I just wanted to clarify a few questions that kept coming up in the chat window. I thought I'll come here and say that. First thing is that about catching them doing the consumption. So these are seasoned druggies, okay? So
Yeah.
there is a limit, a distance that these people have to cross, and
Yeah.
only then they would have started consuming. And after that, it becomes international waters. So NCB will require the sign off from central agencies to make the arrest also. And also from the, I mean, from the way it has proceeded, there were 26 other arrests that were made after this. So the idea was to get an inroad into a certain nexus. So that is a cartel. There are many such cartels. So the idea of this particular raid was probably, I don't know, I'm just making a guess, was probably to get inroad into those cartels. Aryan, Munmun, and Arbaz, or whoever got the seven, were just the premier inroads of it, and then there were the other inroads that they got from them. So now coming to his bail, the thing is he did not consume for the same reason that they were not yet in international waters, and the fact that there was no possession was found on him. So the grounds for not granting bail was already very flimsy. So if of course if he had stayed in custody, NCB would have gotten more information. That is the reason why they opposed the bail. But the thing is, holding on to him would have become even more difficult for NCB, given that all of these lawyers, especially again coming to another question of why High Court doesn't rejects bail and an apex court grants bail. It's because the clout of lawyers, they bring in a lot of precedences. Law majorly goes by precedences. So they will quote some case somewhere where bail was
No,
granted.
it's not that.
So that
It's
is
not
why.
that. No, Sandhya, it's not that. It's their connections.
Okay, I didn't want to say it upfront,
Yeah.
but the thing
So
is,
that's it.
they
Yeah,
get this
let's
information
not go
because
into
of
that at all, Sandhya. Let's not get into that because see, we all know we're all intelligent people. We know exactly what happened today. You know.
So,
So
I mean,
yeah, let me just
what
add
I'm
Chitra.
saying is,
Yeah, Sandhya, just a minute.
they
Let
know
me add
to,
Chitra. Yeah,
sure, yeah.
Chitra, welcome.
Yeah, hi. Finally, I'm
Welcome,
able to
Chitra.
come on. And I live in Washington, D.C. in US,
Yeah.
but I've been regularly
We
watching
know you
your
well,
shows.
Chitra. You're a very familiar face for us.
Yeah. Okay. I think what to kind of clarify some of the points, it's from very little what I'm also reading online is something that the thing was meeting of the minds. Though Aryan was not in possession of the drugs, and
Can you speak a little
they,
loudly, ma'am?
okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
So I'm telling, I don't know what the clause on which the argument for the bail was meeting of the minds. That's what they say when the Aryan was not in possession of the drugs and they did not see him consume. The very fact that his friend was having that quantity and he was close to them and they have the relationship. That's what NCB was trying
this is
to.
exactly what Anil Singh, the
Yeah,
lawyer
they were
for
trying
NCB
to
said.
argue, but yeah, but they were saying that that is the reason it could have gone both ways, in favor of NCB as well as against it. I think
Yes,
that was the
yes.
point
Yeah.
where these people clearly showed that. I don't know about the WhatsApp chats. I don't know because still now I think NCB has not produced it. So that is what something was. I was not even. Why would they do that? Why would they not produce the chat when?
Okay, here
What do you think?
at this point, Chitra, just one point. Okay, at this point, I'd like to ask all of you. Now there are about 370 people. Would you like to tomorrow come and protest on behalf of Samir Wankhede? Would you like to
Oh
do a
yeah,
similar
I'm more
protest?
worried about him. I'm
Yeah.
more worried
Because
about him
Andy was
because we have
also
to be the
suggesting it.
conscience keepers, even if we are a
Yes.
small group.
You
we
have to
be
promise
the
me
conscience
that you will be there
Sure.
tomorrow. At
Yeah, I will be
and
there.
please wait. Even if we keep on adding you, please wait. Because then it becomes a very big queue. But wait for us to show you. So please come with a banner, and we'll put the banner. You can make your own banner, but we'll just give you an example. On our community, and please come there tomorrow. And all of us are going to protest against this injustice, against a righteous man, who only did his job, and he was caught caught by the evil people, corrupt people. Yes, Anandi, you wanted to say?
I was just seconding you, ma'am. We really need to do this just
Yes.
to at least express
Yeah,
our
so-
language. We really need
Yeah.
to do this.
So Chitra, Karthik, Sue, Priya, all of you, please join me tomorrow. Please do not say that
Sure,
you're busy.
definitely.
Yeah, if you really care for this, please, because see, it's
Yeah.
we can't do it
So
alone.
we want to support
need all
in
of
any
you.
way we can, and this is the time we
need
all
all of
need to
you.
come together and at least,
Yes.
you know,
We need all
be
of
the
you,
conscience
and hopefully
keepers, and
all of you will
yeah.
come tomorrow at 8 o'clock and be with us,
Yeah.
you know, and we will fight this fight. And we will make sure, you know, that these people don't think that that we are Ninikub sitting here and doing nothing and just accepting whatever they give us. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Is there anyone else we have not accepted now? Yeah. Anybody, you can all speak because see, it's open up to you.
You know, I'm just
Yeah, and I
wondering-
think, you know, regarding the politicians or why Modi is not doing the part, I think they are all compromised at some level. As you mentioned, Meenaji, when Amit Shah was in Kashmir, you saw his son posting the whatever, T20. So this is how they all are compromised. So for us to think that BJP can do something or Modi individually is not going to happen. So we have to take up our fights to a different level. We will see. I know we are a small group now, but we can keep growing inside.
So all of you, what you can do is
continue to do.
have your, you don't necessarily need placards. Even a sheet of paper is enough. But put your point across. Very important.
Yeah.
Because all of you are very, very intelligent people. You need to put your message across. And don't think that it doesn't reach. It reaches out to the people who are making decisions. You know, so please join me tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And if all of you are fine with that, yeah, then we can do it tomorrow. And I suppose let's also just end with the last few notes from Anandi and the others.
Just a suggestion, ma'am. One personal thing is that we are shifting house tomorrow, so I will try to send you one. If I'm not able to join live, I will at least send you a picture from me expressing my support.
Sure.
Second thing is, I was wondering if we could also reach some of our other YouTubers to join this tomorrow, so that at least it will create a wave.
Who are the people you suggest? Because half of the time they are betraying us.
I know.
Yeah.
At least I don't know. I'm also following Style Rug and Bharat. Maybe I can also post a message to him asking if you'd be able to support.
Fine.
Or if you have any other objections, or if you have any other suggestions.
If I ask Fogart, then a lot of people don't like Fogart. You know, so it's like, you know, I wish everybody would be united in this. You know, so I really don't know. Perhaps I'll ask Sandeep Fogart. Let's see if he will also join us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because at least that way we will have numbers, right, ma'am?
Yeah.
Because all subscribers are divided. So at least this will create a bigger wave.
But don't worry, Anandi, actually, Candid Meena is quite powerful.
Of course. No doubt. Just any extra would just make it more powerful. That's all I wanted.
Yeah. So tomorrow, friends, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Yeah, with your placards. Meanwhile, in the community, we'll also post a small placard so that you get ideas from that. Okay? Thank you. Good night.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Good night, friends. Good night,
Good night.
Priya, and good night,
Bye.
Asu.
Bye, ma'am.
Good night.
Bye,
Good
sir.
night,
Anandi.
ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Jaydev sir.
Bye.
Good night.